Hey Heath, this is Steven. I spoke to you a little bit earlier today, and this is that video I promised you. Now, in this video, I'm going to be going over three things that if you started implementing today, it'd start helping you rank your website above your competition when people are searching for your services online. Now, if by the end of this video you can see that I do have the know-how to get this done, you can reach back out to me and we can chat, or if you want, you can just take this information and implement it yourself. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and jump right in here. The three things I'll be covering today are content, citations, and backlinks. Now, content is everything on your website, but we are primarily focused on your homepage. Now, Google likes to see at least 1,500 words of content on the home pages of these service-based websites, such as HVAC. What this does is it gives you plenty of opportunity to add in all the buyer intent keywords and these keyword phrases that people are searching for when they're searching for your services online. So what I did first is I grabbed the number one competitor here in the Burlington area for HVAC, and Duggan's Mechanical. Their website is coming up number one for most of these terms that people are searching for. So what I did is I took their website and I threw it into a tool that I like to use called Ahrefs. Now this tool pretty much gives me a behind the scenes view of what Google uses to rank websites. So duggansmechanical.com is currently being found for 12 keywords, and over the past 30 days, their website was clicked on 168 times. So I went ahead and threw your website into this tool, and you are not being found for any keywords, therefore you're not being clicked on. One thing I do want to note, you do not have a secure website. You want that HTTPS or even HTTP, but HTTPS is what you want on here, right? Because a lot of people will not go, or they'll jump right off your site if they don't see that. All right. So that's the first thing that you would need taken care of. The second thing is the content, right? And we can go back to our competitor. And if we click on this 12 for the keywords, this will actually pull up all 12 of the keywords they're currently being found for. So what we're looking for are the we call them location-based buyer intent keywords. So people that are searching for this HVAC Burlington NC or HVAC Burlington, they pretty much have an intent to purchase a service in Burlington, right? And so that phrase alone got searched 150 times over the past 30 days, and their website was clicked on about 1/3 of those times, right? So you'd want to make sure, like you don't want Duggan's Heating and Air, of course, because that is their brand, but you'd want to get all these others and you'd want to put it on your site, right? And so that's why it's important to have enough words, enough content on your site so you can put all these keywords on not just once, but a few times so it doesn't look crazy, right? So that's it for content. Next thing I would like to cover are what we call citations. Now, when people are searching these terms like HVAC, Burlington, NC, studies have shown that anywhere between 40 to 60% of those people are not scrolling past this section here, this map section. It's the map pack. Mine looks a little different because I've got this extension here that gives me some SEO information. But this is your Google business profile, and it's the top three. Nobody's really clicking on more businesses. They are clicking on one of these three here. And most people are under the impression that to get into this top three, that it's your reviews, right? You have to have like a certain amount of reviews. And while that does help, that is by far not the main driver. The main driver, besides proximity, uh, which you have, is what we call citations. Now, a citation is your business's name, address, and phone number on a directory online. And some examples of these directories are like Yelp, Yellow Pages, White Pages, Better Business Bureau. I'm sure you have a few. And it used to be, it was the businesses that had the most citations that would pretty much be guaranteed a spot up in here. But Google doesn't work like that so much in 2026. They care more about the quality of those citations. So there's something you can do. You can actually Google or throw in ChatGPT the top 5 core directories for citations. That'll give you the directories that you definitely want to be in. And on top of that, AI is a huge player, as you I'm sure you know these days. We just can't get away from it. Platforms like ChatGPT and Gemini, they're looking, people are looking for your services through them too. So on top of these directories, you want to be in what we call the three major data aggregators. They are Foursquare, Newstar, and Data Axle, right? You want to get verified in these aggregators. And once you do, it actually will take your information and push it to hundreds of other applications, directories, and GPS systems. And what this does, besides get your brand out there, it creates what we call data consistency across all these platforms. And this is a very important trust factor for Google and all these AI platforms. If they see this data consistency across these platforms, they are much more likely to refer your service, and you are much more likely to show up in this top three of the map pack as well. Now, underneath the map pack is Google's organic search results list. Now, the number one spot here will get anywhere between 30 to 50 of all the percent of all the clicks. So this was between 40 and 60, but that's split in between these three businesses. This is between 30 to 50 all by itself. And the main driver here are what we call backlinks. Now, backlinks it's essentially other websites on the internet that have a link on one of their pages that once that link is clicked, it links back, or it leads them back to your website. Now, Google uses backlinks as like an online referral system. And the more relevant that these websites are to your site that are linking back to you, the better. So, for example, say you have a local blog page or a popular industry-related site that's linking back to your site. That's what's actually going to help push you up in Google's rankings. But say you have a site like Pizza Hut that's linking back to you. Pizza Hut is very popular, but it's not going to do you guys any good for ranking purposes because you guys don't sell pizza or have anything to do with pizza. So let's go back and look at our competitor in that tool I was showing you earlier. Before we were in this keyword section, now I want to pay attention to this backlink profile section. Now, to be clear, it's through your content, primarily your keywords, that Google is able to find you for what people are searching for. Now, this is very interesting for the Burlington area. This shows me there's a lot of opportunity for HVAC companies in that area because this is the number one company that's being pulled up, and they've got a relatively weak backlink profile. So once Google is able to find you, right, through your keywords, you're on their radar. Now they've got to determine where they're going to place you on that list, right? And it's through your backlinks. Basically, so they have 25 backlinks coming from a total of 17 other websites. They call them referring domains in here. Now, it's the relevance and the popularity of the websites that they're getting the backlinks from that determines where they're going to place you on the list, right? So we know that they've got some websites that are pretty high authoritative. So, but first, let's go ahead and take a look at your backlinks. See, and you have more than them. You have 23 backlinks. Well, hold on. Let me see. 1 second. Sorry. 25. No, you don't have. Okay. But you're just about there. But you have 23 backlinks coming from a total of 22 other websites. So it's not necessarily about the number because some of the other competitors have a lot more backlinks than the number one guy. So it's not about the number; it's about the websites they're getting them from. So we can go back to our competitor and we can click on this 17. That's going to pull up all 17 websites they're currently getting their backlinks from. So I would recommend you go down this list and acquire backlinks from all these 17 websites. Now, if you were to do that, and this is assuming you get your website squared away with the security and then get your content and keywords right, that would actually put you in contention for the number one spot. Now, what would really ensure you a top spot is if you did that, right? And then month over month, you add about 10, I'd say at least 10 backlinks from high quality websites, and you were to continue to do that, I don't think it would take much time for you to take over that number one spot. So just to recap what we went over, sorry, shut that. Very first thing you want to do is get your website secure. After that, work on your content. I'd say get at least 1,500 words on your website with the right keywords and the right amount of keywords. Second are citations, right? This is for your Google business profile. You want to go ahead and Google the top 50 core directories for citations, and then look up go ahead and get verified in those three data aggregators, which are Foursquare, Data Axle, and Newstar, and give it a little bit of time for them to go ahead and push your information out. And then lastly are backlinks, meaning you need more relevant websites linking back to your website to show Google that you guys are the authority when it comes to HVAC companies in and around the Burlington area. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, you can take this information and implement it yourself, and that's totally cool. Or if you want to book a discovery call with me, you can simply reply back to this email, or you can give me a call at 910-551-2006. Again, my name's Steven. I live in North Carolina, just a bit south of you in Fayetteville. But other than that, Heath, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to send you this information. I hope it was helpful. And other than that, man, I hope you stay warm and have a good rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.